The Google Pixel 6 Pro is Google's brand new flagship that has a lot of iPhone people thinking about switching. And you know what? I don't blame them. Because anytime an iPhone user DMs me asking me, hey Mark, I want to try Android, but there's just so many damn options, I don't know what phone to try. Again, I don't blame you. There are a ton of Android phones. But the only response I ever give, and most likely will ever give, is the Google Pixel phone. This isn't my full review as I've only had the phone for 8 days, and I cannot give a good, honest review just in that short amount of time. But during this very short period of me actually using the phone, there are only two downsides that I really notice. One of which is Android 12. What the hell is going on with Android 12, man? I get app crashes after app crashes after app crashes. That's annoying, but I know that's just temporary. I'm just waiting for a software update. Another downside, this is kind of a funny one, is that this phone only starts at 128 gigabytes. Now, a lot of you might be saying, Mark, what are you talking about? That's pretty fair. And you'd be right. But this phone's camera is so damn fun to use and so good that you're gonna be taking pictures 24/7. You're gonna run through those 128 gigs really quickly. Honestly, the photos this phone takes is incredible. They are detailed, they are vibrant, and they have amazing HDR. In fact, the HDR is so good, I haven't seen a phone that takes better HDR photos, or at least not as consistent as the Google Pixel 6 Pro. So whatever Google is doing with their HDR AI or algorithm, dude, it's working. For example, here's an iPhone photo. And here's that same photo with the Google Pixel. Notice how the iPhone doesn't really expose for the background, it exposes more for the foreground, but the Google Pixel exposes for both the foreground and the background, and that kind of, well, looks like the better photo. Video recording has also improved. Believe it or not, it never overheated on me like the Pixel 5 or the Pixel 5a did. It just keeps on recording with no issues. The video looks great, crisp, and has great stabilization. The display is another major improvement over the previous Pixel devices. It now goes from 10 Hz all the way to 120 Hz, all thanks to that LTPO technology. And for the 99% of you that have no idea what I said, all you gotta know is this: the display is very, very smooth. You may not notice when you first start using the device, but I promise you, when you go back to a phone with 60 Hz, that's where you're gonna notice it. The display also gets very, very bright. I'm very impressed. I was actually worried about that when I heard the price tag of this phone. I'm like, uh-oh. How's that brightness gonna be? But it's very bright. I mean, right now it's literally clipping. I can see it in my camera. It's clipping. It's so bright that it's clipping, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is outside. The phone is so bright, it doesn't matter if the sun is overhead of you. It doesn't matter where you are. You will be able to see the display with no issues. Hell, it doesn't even matter if the sun is standing right behind you. You'll get burnt to ash, but hey, the display's gonna be bright. 120 Hz, super bright, Quad HD. I dig it. I have zero issues with the display or its curves. I had no accidental touches at all, so whatever Google is doing with the palm rejection, well, it's clearly working and it gives you a better experience while giving the phone a kind of nice futuristic look. So what else do people really care about in a phone? Like truly care about? In my opinion, battery life. Because after all, it doesn't really matter how good your phone is, how much bells and whistles the phone has, if the phone is dead. I'm happy to say that on average, I'm seeing a battery life between 7.5 hours to 7 hours 45 minutes while using the phone, and that's with Quad HD, that's with adaptive 120 Hz, and that's with 5G enabled. Those are pretty respectable numbers. It's not as good as the iPhone 13 Pro Max, for example, because that phone goes close to 10 hours, sometimes even more than 10 hours of screen on time, but to be honest, nothing can touch that phone in battery life, at least not like a proper flagship. The battery is a massive 5003 milliamp hours, and to power that, you do get access to 30 watts of fast wired charging. If you want to go wireless, the upcoming Pixel 2 stand will charge the Pixel 6 Pro at 23 watts. Not bad. The Google Pixel 6 Pro is not just about the hardware, but in fact, it's also mainly about the software. That's where Google shines the best. You get these cool camera features such as motion shots, which can turn this boring looking photo into this. No manual settings required. You don't have to play with the ISO, you don't have to play with the exposure, you don't have to play with the shutter speed, nothing. Point, shoot, done. Google has added a brand new voice typing feature which completely destroys any other voice typing keyboard. Check it out. Hey guys, what is going on? You are watching Mark from Mark's Tech. If you guys do enjoy the video, definitely click that like button, and if you are new here, consider subscribing. I really don't know what else to say. I did not prepare for this. Oh my god, I'm kind of freaking out right now. Please help me, pray for me, send me a bunch of McDonald's fries because they are very addicting. And oh, it actually put cuz as slang and not cause. Oh wow, that is pretty cool. Anyway, subscribe. If we look at benchmarks, the Pixel 6 Pro isn't really anything to write home about. But benchmarking apps tell a weird story because they're not really accurate, because no one is using their phone to 100% limit. That's what benchmarking apps do test the phone at. But let's actually see what 99% of people do on their phones. I mean, do you guys see a massive difference? And the iPhone is much more powerful on paper. The Pixel 6 starts at $599 and the Pixel 6 Pro starts at $899. That's cheaper than the iPhone 13 Pros of the world and the Samsung counterparts. I do wish the rear glass was frosted like on the S21 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pros because, man, this phone is slippery. It's a bar of soap. Putting a case on the phone is a must, or you can put on a skin from today's video sponsor. Oh man, wait. I don't have a video sponsor for today. The fingerprint sensor has also been very reliable and very accurate. I have no issues with it. I mean, it unlocks the phone. No problem. This is the first Pixel flagship, in my opinion, that I can confidently say is worth the price. If you guys look back at any of my other Pixel flagship reviews, I always say it's a little too expensive for what you get. But in this case, you get what you pay for. So what do you guys think about the Google Pixel 6 Pro or the Pixel 6? Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? Are you picking one up? I want to know. So leave me your comments down below. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. It helps me out because I'm a numbers guy and I get depressed when I don't see good numbers. I'm kidding. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down, man. It's that simple. If you're new here and you like this sort of videos, subscribe. Or don't. Please subscribe. Alright guys, as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.